Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Erin, your dish diva, and with the Black Women's Health Imperative. And today I am joined by Christina Butler, who is also a lifestyle coach with the Black Women's Health Imperative for our Change Your Lifestyle, Change Your Life program. And we are going to be talking about cucumbers today. The
Cucumbers.
wonderful, wonderful cucumbers. How are you, Christina?
I am great, excited. I love cucumbers. All things cucumbers.
Yeah,
Let's go.
me too. Well, what did you bring to share with us today?
So I brought one of my favorite new dishes I found on Instagram. It's a Greek-inspired chicken and vegetable bowl. I don't know if you can see all of it, or maybe not with the. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Lots of green in the cucumbers, tomatoes, red onions, some olives, and some chicken thighs cut up, skin the fat,
Yeah,
and put in a skillet in. You'd make a marinade base with olive oil, red wine vinegar, garlic powder, pepper, some honey, and then use that on the chicken as well as like a drizzle on the sauce. I mean, on the vegetables. And I'll make a few of those at one time, stick it in the fridge, pull it out for lunch or dinner. Don't have to heat it up, which is the best part. Just kind of, oh, and some feta cheese. And so it makes it super, super creamy.
mm,
And the cucumbers are awesome because they're very refreshing and
yeah,
light. Yeah. So you feel full, but not like you feel satisfied, but not full
yeah.
and nothing heavy. So it's really good, really good.
It looks really good. I love all the wonderful
hmm
colors in there
I
too.
love the colors. I love the
Mhm.
colors. You feel like I'm giving myself a treat with all the colors.
Yeah. Well, like we always tell our participants too, is to eat, a colorful plate. So eat the rainbow,
Yep.
and
Yep.
all of
Okay.
those colors represent different nutrients and all of those things.
hmm
So it's very important that you get a variety of those things as well.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Yum.
What you got?
So what I made is, you can see here, it's
Mhm.
like a jicama cucumber salad.
Jicama. Okay.
Yeah, have you ever heard of jicama?
Mm-mm.
So it's kind of been coined as the Mexican turnip. So it looks kind of
Okay.
like a turnip or rutabaga if you see it in the grocery store. I came across it. I found out about it, and I know we're talking about cucumbers, but I got to talk about jicama because I'm obsessed with
I've never. I'm interested. I've never heard of it.
When I was living in Southern California, I used to go
hmm
to this Mexican restaurant, and they would have this happy hour special, and they had these hors d'oeuvres, and jicama was always on there. And so me and
hmm
my friend just were obsessed with it. I mean, we were just like eating tons of it.
Oh wow.
And it's just it's not like it's just got this really great flavor or anything like that, but it's kind of like cucumbers, where it's like a
hmm
high water content, very crispy. It's almost like
hmm
a combination between a pear and an apple on the inside.
Okay.
Have like this watery content, and there, like I said, it's not a whole lot of flavor to it, but I love that crispy, crunchy refreshness of it, refresh,
Yeah. Yeah.
refreshing feel that you get
Refreshing.
from it.
Lightness.
Yeah, and so it pairs really well with the cucumbers.
That's what I was thinking when you said that because you have two very light,
Yeah,
uh, refreshing flavors or
and you're and
vegetables.
they're I know what form of the word do I use? It's refreshing,
Right. It is. It
but
is, and it's weird to say, but then when you experience it, you're like, I know exactly what you
yeah,
mean.
exactly. But
It
you can see
is.
right here, it's just
Oh
it
wow.
looks like a potato or like an apple, like a chunk of apple or something. One
hmm
fun fact about jicama though is that it's a negative calorie. Have you ever heard of a negative
What?
food? Yeah. So your body uses more calories to
hmm
digest the jicama than the calories in
Then
the
it
jicama.
has. Okay, I think I have heard of that. Oh
Yeah.
wow. So it actually works for you
Yeah.
calorie wise. How
Yeah.
you spell that again?
JICA.
Oh, I've seen that word. I've never known what that was.
And like
Okay.
if you see it in the grocery store, you probably just pass right by it because you're just kind of
I
like,
ha- I was about to say I've never heard of that, but I've seen that word a bunch. I've never known what that was, and I didn't think about it.
it's so good.
Okay.
So if you get a chance, try it. Let me know. But anyhow, let me
Oh
get
yeah.
to the
Yeah.
cucumbers. So I've got a combination. I just chopped up the jicama and the
Mhm.
cucumbers, and I left the peels on. And I squeezed some lime juice, like half of a lime, over top of the salad.
Mhm.
Chopped up some cilantro, put that in there. Oh, and I also
Mhm.
added in red onion because I love that bite of red onion and stuff.
Me too. Me too. I never thought I would, but this particular meal was the first time I tried it, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this isn't because you think onion like, oh, that's so strong, but red
Mhm.
onion is not.
Well,
That
and then
that
with when I'm squeezing the lime juice in here too, it actually helps. Like after it sits for a minute, it helps kind of take
mm,
away some of that bite that you get from the red onion.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then what I did, I this has been very popular. I don't know on
Hmm.
if tahini.
Oh wow, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, so many people like. I think during the pandemic, it just kind of blew up because now I'm seeing everything with tahini on it. Like and it's all over the grocery stores. Like there's some mango like fruit bars that I sometimes get. They have tahini on
Hmm.
it now. There's like all these candies that have tahini on it, but it's basically just a combination of like chili powder,
Hmm.
salt, and like lemon.
Oh
And
wow.
so
Okay.
I sprinkle it on top of here, and that's why you see
Hmm.
kind of the red flakes on there. And it just the combination of flavors are just it's so good and
So
so
is it
refreshing.
sweet or is it with the seasoning? Is it make it spicy or what? Like a stronger flavor?
It's not even really spicy. It's
Hmm.
more I mean, you know how chili powder is it's got that savoriness to it, but maybe a little bit of a bite, like a little bit of a kick. It's not super spicy
Okay,
though.
that's
But
good.
it pairs well with like kind of that cooling of the jicama and cucumber with the little bit of
I'm gonna have
spiciness
to try that.
of the tahini. Hmm.
Okay,
But it's
that's cool.
so good. Yeah. And
That's
this particular one I have is actually a low sodium variety, so that's great too.
even better. Yeah, yeah, even better. What other what is your favorite other way to use a cucumber? Your other favorite, other than a salad, because that's what everyone's like.
Yeah.
Okay, other than a salad, and some people, just eat it as a snack or a dip. But
Hmm.
other than that, what is your favorite way to use cucumber?
Well, I used to when I was younger, we used to I mean, I guess it's similar. We didn't really pickle them, but we used to put
Mhm.
vinegar. We used to slice them up and put them in vinegar, and then put them in the
Mhm.
refrigerator. And then, like when I wanted a
It
snack,
wasn't pickle.
well, I mean, I guess in a way it's pickled, but I guess with when I'm thinking of a pickle with pickling,
Hmm.
you have like a vinegar, you have some sugar in there as well, um, and it wasn't
Hmm.
like we stored it for a long time. It just we
Hmm.
just had them in there, so they got a little bit of that vinegar tang to it. You know,
Right.
I might eat them the next day, like all of it the next day.
Oh
So it
wow.
wasn't even like it was like fully pickled, you know.
Hmm.
But that was kind of how I used to eat them a lot when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
That must have been something from my grandparents, I think. But I got that.
Yeah. I don't, again, I did, but the awareness is just different. Of course, I was pretty grown before I even realized. I remember as a kid, but not that young. Remember when I first found out cucumbers and pickles are like the same thing. What do you mean? What do you mean? Right? And my mom's like, like you take something, do a little something different, turns to like raisins and prunes and
Yeah.
grapes. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, cucumbers are generally and I like finding this recipe to use it differently because that's in general, other than like in a salad. I love my good mason jar salads, but they're my go-to for smoothies, for a
Mhm.
nice little vegetable smoothie, right? If I'm like, oh, I got a couple extra cucumbers, chop them up, freeze them, make little vegetable smoothie packs, frozen packs,
Yeah.
and that, like, so yeah, I'll do that, and then over the course of like months, I randomly say, I want a vegetable smoothie. I already have everything in the freezer. Instead of cubes, I have the frozen vegetables.
Hmm.
You know, I might have I go on a kick. Oh, I went for 2 weeks straight. I'm drinking one vegetable smoothie a day. And so I
Yeah.
have all my little bags. And then after 3 straight days, I'm like, yeah, I think I need a break. But I still have all of these packs in the freezer. And
Yeah.
so now I have it a couple times a week. Oh, cool. I have a vegetable smoothie ready to go
Oh,
from
that's
the
good.
freezer to the blender and just add a little bit extra and it's good to go. And they don't go bad.
Okay. What else do you put in the vegetable smoothies?
Usually because everybody's like, ew, vegetables, that's so bitter and gross. And I'm like, I'm the last person that wants to taste a vegetable in my vegetable. Like, of course, your palate changes and not, you're better with the natural sweets over the artificial sweeteners after a while. But usually it's about half a cucumber or maybe a fourth, depending on how big, some celery, a celery stalk,
Hmm.
spinach or kale,
Hmm.
an apple, which takes out a lot of that bitterness,
Hmm.
lemon juice.
Hmm.
And if I have it, I like some fiber, some ground up fiber.
Like a
And
powder.
then, hmm
Hmm.
yeah, just like the ground up fiber, like a tablespoon of that.
Okay.
Water, protein powder. I usually use like a vanilla protein powder sometimes, depends. And maybe a little bit of like Truvia. That's my preferred sweetener. Just a little bit, but usually it's enough to get away the apple and the lemon juice. Pretty much take out a lot of that vegetable taste,
Yeah.
and the cucumber, like you said, gives it a more refreshing, cleaner
Yeah.
taste as well. But it's good.
That sounds good. I could do that. And I
It is.
in the past,
It. I like tart
yeah.
taste, so like lemony,
Hmm.
lemonade type of thing. So I'll be a little heavy handed with the lemon
Yeah.
juice, and that really helps. So
I
yeah.
was just gonna say it's kind of like a funky lemonade, you know?
It is a little bit green. You might catch a little string there a little bit, but it's my son will see me making it. He's like, "Ew, it's gross." And then once he tastes it, he's like, "Oh, this is pretty good."
I'm sure most people that are listening to you talk about it are thinking the same thing.
Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and then you can tailor it to yourself. Like I said, I work out, so I try to put a scoop of protein in it.
Hmm.
I'm sure you can do banana too. My mother-in-law, who does not, just needs she does not like vegetables, so that's one way she gets her vegetables in. But she doesn't add the protein. She'll add her spinach, and again I have it chopped up so when she wants one, she can have one. But that helps get some of her vegetables in as well. And like I said, water content. So she struggles with drinking enough water. She'll take that in. That adds a lot to it as well. So it's very nutritious.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yep.
nothing wrong with extra fiber. Put some little heavy-handed on the fiber tablespoons. Flush you right out.
Yes. And if you're not eating a lot of vegetables, then you probably need that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I made a garden. It's kind of a garden Mary before. Have you ever had
I've
one of
heard
those?
of that. Mm-mm.
I
That's
mean,
a drink.
yeah, I mean it's kind of like a Bloody Mary. Like you basically a alcohol or non-alcohol Bloody
Mm-hmm.
Mary, but you're making it with fresh vegetables instead of it being like a vegetable juice,
Oh,
which is what they're typically made with.
yeah.
So it was like tomatoes, celery.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember what else was in it, but it was quite a few vegetables, and then you can put a little bit of hot sauce in there.
Ooh. Give it that Bloody Mary kick to it, right? The little jalapeno.
Yeah, it was actually really, really good. I was like, oh, I could drink this every day. So I have to
Take,
find that recipe and start making that again. That's really good.
I would take your word for it because I don't know. I said I do drink every now, a little bit, and I've seen them do the Bloody Marys, and they'll bring it out. I guess down here in Southern Louisiana, they go full Cajun with it and put like hot peppers and
Yeah.
all that. And I'm like, I'm gonna eat my vegetables. I don't want it. Nope, not like that. But yeah, that's good. That's good.
Well,
Are
those
you a are you a cucumber in your water person?
I will do it every now and then. I'm usually more of a lemon or lime person, water the person,
Mm-hmm.
but I do. I mean, I love when I'll go to a hotel or something and they have like the cucumber water. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
so refreshing. I think at home I just don't ever think about putting it in my water.
It's just like I'm gonna just get my water and deal with it. Out kind of like let me just be a little extra, a little
Yeah,
refreshing. Feel like a little treat with
yeah,
cucumber.
and
It's a
like
good look too.
yeah, and yeah, it looks very pretty. Like when you have all this
Hmm.
stuff. Like if you're at a spa or something, they usually have the cucumber waters and stuff. But yeah, it just helps with the hydration, right? Because the cucumber is like 96% water, I think.
I know.
So you're just getting even more hydrated. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, fun tip with the salads: if you're putting cucumber in your salad, mason jars, make sure you put them way at the bottom
Yeah.
because that's a big fail if you get that salad and it's mushy because
Mhm. Yeah, all that water
tomatoes,
content.
cucumbers, olives, all that goes at the bottom. Let that juice
Tomatoes,
just sit.
especially if you cut up the tomatoes. I always slice my tomatoes, so I always have them at the bottom.
Right. I'm like, ooh, this is a lot of juice.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I will tell you, I know I did that video of me trying it and everything. I will tell you though, I like made four and then
Mhm.
it took me a while to eat them all. So by the time I got to like I think I ate two successfully. I got to the third one and I was like, no.
Really? Like, well, how long? The mason jar salads? They
Yeah,
usually.
but you know, it was, and I did them when I was like getting to the very end of like my salad mix, and so things were
Oh,
kind of already on the
so
end.
they were already aged.
So it was a big fail on my part, but no, I mean that was my error, but for the most part, they've been great. And then so I've been making them, but I just know
Yeah.
we just make maybe three at a time. But now my husband's eating them too. So when he's
Hmm.
working from home on Thursdays and Fridays, he's like, "Oh yeah, can I get one of your salads?" So now I'm like, "Okay, now let me make sure I make
Gotta
some
like,
more."
well, what I've done with that is if I know, okay, wait, I have some like towards the end of my vegetable mix, I make one, but I make sure to put that salad in the front.
Yeah, yeah,
And so I'm very conscious of where I put it. If I'm like, okay, if it's here, that's the one I have to eat tomorrow, or
mhm,
I've just wasted. Because
yeah.
lettuce, when lettuce is bad, just throw the whole salad away. That's
Oh. Well, and I think I put kale in there too, and then that was like, kale can kind of get a little funky.
feels weird.
Even when it's not bad, it still kind of can smell bad, kind of like broccoli.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was like,
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable eating this. I'm just gonna toss it.
Have you have you ever juiced cucumber? Like not blending the smoothie, but juiced it.
I've had it in some like a juice blend. Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
it really it kind of has that same kind of refreshing feel to it. You can always taste the cucumber and things too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it in
Yeah.
juice form.
I
Mhm.
have a good friend who she's also one of our coaches that she has a juicing business and cucumber. I
Mm,
forgot the official name of it, but cucumber is like one of the two main ingredients, just cucumber. And
mhm.
I first tasted it because I mean I like cucumber, but I've never drinking cucumber. And so it was cucumber, and I forgot what the other ingredient is or what the name of the juice she calls it. I
Mhm.
was like, this is like you said, it's so refreshing
Yeah, yeah.
to just to drink it. And I was like, I mean, it's already water basically, but it just
Right.
it really did taste like like I said, if you put cucumber in water, it
Uh-huh.
tasted like there was a significant amount of cucumber in the water.
Sure. Huh. Yeah. I
Yeah, so
mean,
it
that's
was. I was like, okay, I might have to buy a juicer and try that.
just to do that. That sounds really yummy. No,
Hmm.
I forgot to mention. Oh, I'm looking at this piece of avocado. I put a little bit of avocado in this salad too, just
Avocado.
to add a little bit of the healthy fat as well. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but and it
That's
kind
what my feta. Yep, got the feta.
and it kind of has that like creaminess as you're eating it,
Hmm.
like, almost like you have a
Hmm.
dressing on there, but not really.
Hmm.
But I did mention in the beginning too about not peeling the cucumbers.
Right.
And the reason behind that is because the peel is what has the majority of the nutrients. So,
Hmm.
but cucumbers have like vitamin C, vitamin K, potassium, magnesium.
Hmm.
The peel also helps, that has the fiber in it, and
Right.
it also helps to feed the beneficial bacteria in our guts.
Hmm.
So, really, I know a lot of people will peel a lot of fruits and vegetables, but it really is more beneficial to keep those peels on, and it
Right.
will help with that regularity, like we talked about, and just getting things moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, I see people peeling it, and one, that's just more work. But then it's like, hey, just eat the. That's like with potatoes. When I found out the skin of the potato has a lot in it, I was like, you gonna eat this potato, the cover, you're gonna eat the peel and mash too. How about that? We just mashed the whole thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
even
cucumber.
see the peel if it's mashed.
Yeah, I mean the cucumber peeling is fine too. Like
Mhm.
that's just as good.
Yeah.
What is that? What they use? Because I've never done it. Like when in the spa, when they you said spa with the water. But that's what's that for the skin? Because isn't that part of what they use
On the
in the
like,
eyes or the facial treatments or whatever? So that's part of the antioxidants that get into your skin.
yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, because they have a lot of antioxidants in it, and cucumbers in general are very cooling to the
Mm-hmm.
body, to the blood. The saying, "Cool as a cucumber."
Yes. Did not realize. I don't. It's one of those things you just say. You don't think twice about where it comes
No,
from.
like where the heck did that come from? But yeah, I think that's where it came from. That's what they think it came from, is because it's got all these cooling effects. So a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
use them on their eyes to help reduce like puffiness, inflammation, things like that, because they do have a cooling effect, which means if you have inflammation, it's because there's a lot of blood there.
Mm-hmm.
It helps
Mm-hmm.
cool down the blood and calm it down. So
Okay.
yeah, so
So,
it's
do you
got
think
too.
it can be used for inflammation anywhere else other than the face? You
Um,
know.
yeah, I mean, it can soothe like sunburns. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you can. It's kind of like how you would use an aloe plant. You going to break it off. You
Okay.
can take some. You can actually just blend up some cucumber and like put it on your arm, or if you burn your arm or on your face, and that'll help soothe. Again, when you get sunburnt, you're like your
Right.
face feels hot,
That's
right?
yeah. You're right. That
Hot,
is very cooling.
and then you put it on there, and it just kind of helps soothe that heating
That's true.
inflammation. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, one fun fact that I found out too about cucumbers is
Mm-hmm.
that, and this came from somebody who claims to be a gardening geek, but
Mm-hmm.
he said you can take a slice of cucumber and put it up at the roof of your mouth and hold it there for
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds, and it will help kill off some bacteria and freshen your breath as a result. Who knew?
That's pretty cool.
That
So
is.
instead of some gum, that's a
Mm-hmm.
quick little. I got to be in someone's face in 30 seconds type of thing.
Let me eat a cucumber. But cucumbers are great because they're so like
Mm-hmm.
they're because they have such a high water content. They're also high in fiber and low in calories. So
Right.
you can eat a ton of these
Right.
and not even have a huge caloric intake as a result.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I like it with like a hummus dip.
mm,
Um,
hmm
I know a lot of people who use it as like makeshift chips or crackers. Dip it in
hmm
hummus. I've also seen someone use it instead of crackers, literally for like tuna or chicken salad.
hmm mm,
So that's when I hadn't thought about either, because I'm like, oh, crackers are bread, and I was like, well, if you use it in every way which you would use crackers, you know.
hmm
Um, I think it is one of my favorite restaurants out here. A Mediterranean restaurant does a really good hummus, and you can ask for cucumber slices instead of pita.
nice.
That's hard because I do love the pita, but I'm like,
A
no,
bit of both.
we're gonna do just bring both, and I'm gonna see, and hopefully somebody else takes the pita more than I do. But having the cucumber there
hmm
makes me, and that's one thing I recommend is if when they do have the healthy alternative, and you're kind of wavering,
Yeah.
order the healthy alternative extra if you can, and if it's right there in front of you, you may have the other option and just say, okay, well, I can do a little bit of both, and
hmm
then maybe make more of the healthy decision instead of the other, because as soon as you're saying, I can't have this, I can't have this, I can't have this,
Yeah.
your brain is all in, I want that.
I want
So
that. Yeah. Exactly.
right, right.
hmm hmm
So yeah, but yeah, using it, I think chicken salad is really good.
I
um
like that
I've
idea.
seen it some other ways, I can't remember, but yeah, using it literally anytime you would use a cracker
Okay.
is really good. I've seen them as a sandwich bread, and I was like, that's a lot of cucumber to like bite at once. But I think that would be good too, like turkey and cheese in between two thin slices. I've seen that.
Yeah, and I've seen my son has a little cookbook. He's 3 years old.
Hmm.
It's like a little my first cookbook, but they have cucumber cheese sandwiches. So it's like a
Oh,
flat
really?
cheese in between or cottage cheese in between. So I was like,
Hmm.
oh, that's kind of fun. I mean, especially for a kid because they're looking at and they kind of are a little apprehensive about food combinations sometimes too.
Hmm. Hmm.
But those would be things that he would eat. He likes cucumbers. Okay, he loves cheese. So when we put them
But
together.
sometimes you put it together, they're like, it doesn't go together, Mom. It's like,
Right.
oh, we're gonna try it. We're gonna
We'll
try it.
try and see what happens, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. But I did sorry, there's a piece of cilantro stuck in my tooth. I did come across a recipe for cucumber chips,
Ooh,
baked cucumber chips. And I was like, huh,
baked. Would
yeah.
it dry them out?
Yeah,
Dry
I
the
guess
cucumbers
so.
out?
Yeah, I'll have to like do some more investigating because I just kind of like skimmed through it, or skimmed past it, and I was like, oh, huh, I've never even thought of making a chip out of a cucumber, like because it has so much water in it, like how
Yeah,
long
yeah.
does it
To get
take for
it,
that to dry out?
I've seen cucumbers like when they get old and dried out, and none of that looks like something I want. So I wonder how they would. I was like, no, I think I'd toss this, but I want to see. That'd be interesting to see how that recipe
Yeah,
works out. You know.
if I find it, I'll share it when I post this to the app.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, cool. Well, this was a great snack and chat. As
It
always,
was like I
always.
said. I love my little. Like you said, the colors. I love it. It's got purple, red, green, white, brown,
Hmm
and I'm like, oh, I feel like it's not a salad, but it feels very much like a salad.
Yeah,
Greek
yeah.
salad. It's cold, cold, and I like that part too because especially with that, you said meal prep is one thing. Got my food ready, but then you're somewhere where, okay, I gotta find a microwave, or I don't have time to even
Yeah.
microwave. I literally grab this out the fridge, shake it real fast on the way to wherever I'm going, and I can eat it. And I'm like, this really
Yeah.
good,
And even if you don't have
So
a
that's
fridge, you could always put it in a lunchbox with some, those little ice blocks.
right.
And
Yeah, that too.
and
I'm
it's
not restricted to finding a microwave, which I really like to.
mm-hmm.
So that's one step further. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people I've talked to say, yeah, meal prep is one thing, but I need stuff that I don't have to, that I can eat cold because I don't have that. I'm on the road and everything. And so that's even slightly room temp.
Yeah.
It's not bad because it's been cold.
Yeah.
Your vegetables are good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to try the, how you say it?
Jicama.
Jicama. Okay. I was like, okay, that J is not a J, it's
The
J.
J is pronounced like an H in Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, the J is not Jane, but it's
Right.
jicama. Okay.
Just like this tahine, it's Tajin.
Mm-hmm.
There, so tahine.
I'm going to go find out.
All right.
Awesome. Well, that's been great.
Well, thanks for joining me, and
Always a pleasure.
always a pleasure. And look forward to doing it again soon.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. Well, everybody out there, take care,
All
and
right.
don't forget to eat some cucumbers.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.